Hello again, my name's Gabe Zolna. You know, I got a hold of a congressional representative's staff. I called Washington. I wanted to sort of get a feel, if I could, as to what the general attitude is within the Republican Party with respect to its leadership. And I called and spoke to, once again, a staff member, and I said, are you hearing anything? I mean, are they talking about maybe making a move against Speaker Boehner and Mitch McConnell? What he said didn't give me that warm, fuzzy feeling. He said he hadn't heard that there's any kind of activity in that direction. And as you may or may not know, the vote by the House of Representatives with respect to their leadership is going to be taking place, I believe, on either the 5th or the 6th of January 2015. As far as the Senate's concerned, I don't know what's going to happen there. I don't imagine anything's going to happen. You know, it's going to be status quo. You're going to have Mitch McConnell, who doesn't live in the real world, leading the Senate. And then you're going to have, I think, Boehner leading the House of Representatives. And you see what he's done in the last 6 years. That's what he's going to continue to do. Nothing. Other than to support all of Obama's enterprises, as he has for the past 6+ years. You know, we keep hearing that the House controls the purse. Well, yeah, so what? The purse is always open. Yeah, and I had a fairly decent conversation with the individual. It was a male. And then I made him aware of my videos. I spelt out my name for him so he could go take a look if that's what he chose to do. And then I said to him, do you know who Michael Obama is? And he said, no. I said, yes, you do. And I said, there is no Michelle. And then the tone of the conversation went downhill from that point forward. Yeah, he said, well, I've got to go. And that was the end of it. So it's really amazing how few people have a clue. And these are people that are in Washington, because that's where I called. You'd think they'd have sort of an idea. People don't know, and people don't want to know. And that's why we're in the state that we're in. Folks, it's not going to get any better. Obama is completely off the wall. This whole thing with Cuba. I wonder how long it's going to be before he wants to bring Iran into the fold. You know, I did a couple of videos. I talked about the European Union and how they want to take Hamas off the terrorist list. There's obviously something wrong with those folks in the European Union when you consider that Hamas spent, I don't know, how many years building those tunnels. I would imagine it took quite a few years to build those tunnels under the ground so they could attack Israel. And they sent in suicide bombers. So if that isn't terrorism, what the hell is? I mean, if that isn't terrorism, what is terrorism? You know, the European Union needs to be disassembled because it's obviously not working. The United Nations is a joke as well. I mean, it's a total joke. There's hundreds of billions of dollars wasted on getting all these clowns together to do what? To condemn Israel? To support Obama? I don't know, folks. Every generation, I guess, deals with unexpected events. Ours is dealing with total insanity from every front. That's sort of what I think. If you want to blow somebody's mind, just say, hey, do you know who Michael Obama is? It's unreal. People just don't give a damn. That's sad. That's sort of what I think. So what do you think?